12 years of failure, Faoure Gnassingbe of Togo. For the past 50 years, one family has ruled Togo, but with nothing to show. President Faoure Gnassingbe, the American-educated president, is currently presiding over a meager $4.4 billion GDP economy as of 2015. Gross domestic product is the total value of goods produced and services provided by the people in a country during a period of 1 year. There are businesses in the world that produce more than the whole nation of Togo. In 2015, the US company Apple made a profit of $53 billion. Compare that to the GDP of Togo. Faoure Gnassingbe, a graduate of George Washington University in the American capital, learned from the best of the best in global business. American MBAs are renowned for their business prowess. However, this expertise is not reflected in the GDP of Togo. The country prides itself as being pro-business, and yet the GDP does not reflect this proclamation. The report card on Gnassingbe's pro-business declaration is the state of the economy. In 1960, when his father took over, the GDP of Togo was 1.42 billion. Today it is only 4.4 billion. After 50 years, Togo's GDP has hardly changed in one factor's inflation. To put things in perspective, Ghana has a GDP of $42 billion and Kenya $70 billion. Even Blaise, the incompetent Compaoré of Burkina Faso, has a higher GDP of 11 billion in his failed presidency of 27 years. In American business schools, students are trained in the economics of Wall Street, entrepreneurship, and global economics. There is no sliver of evidence in Faoure's economy that shows he learned anything during his time in business school. The little economic activity that is taking place in Togo is by foreigners who have studied the Gnassingbe family's incompetence and their lack of business acumen and are taking advantage of the country. 50 years after independence, and Togo's adult literacy is a measly 60.4%. On the human capital spectrum, looking into science which drives industry, there are only 102 scientists per million inhabitants of Togo. Also, World Bank statistics show that 55% of the Togolese live in poverty. Gnassingbe Faoure seems to spend his time focused on extracurricular activities. He has 17 children by 13 different women, and he is also so preoccupied with satisfying his lusts rather than nation building. He lacks the discipline to strategically plan for Togo or to desire to leave a legacy of achievement. Instead, he wants to bully the Togolese into submission. Faoure Gnassingbe has been president for over 12 years and has been weighted in the balance of economic justice and found lacking. The millions in the streets want him gone from the seat of power. Any man presiding over an economy of 4.4 billion is not fit to lead an African nation. Faoure Gnassingbe is 12 years of failure.